Whalerynth has a 41 minutes and 36 seconds, so definitely a solid time. We're definitely on for a really competitive race because Whale can definitely make some fails here and there, and I'm expecting Crunchy to give us a close race as well. So it's going to be a cool one. We'll have a good time tonight. I mean, it counts if you want to, John. I'll be okay with that. So let's start with the run. So obviously first runners, first of all, they're going to take the Morph Ball. First item of the game. Basically the standard item that just allows you to get into the Morph Ball, as you can see right now, and roll into narrow passageways. That's absolutely beautiful. Look at this synchronization. The timers aren't synced in for the moment, but holy hell, this is just mirror gameplay right there. Great. Okay, Monkey, your sentence just doesn't make any sense. Stop using your translation. All right. So both runners right now are going to the section where we're calling the climb very early in the run. It's a very technical section that allows and requires precise movements, precise quick jumps to make it fast into these little platforms. While on his end doing a fine job, while Crunchy is having a bit of trouble and stopping a bit. I wonder what's happening, but let's just continue for the moment. While going down these rooms. And he's going to pick up his first missiles while Crunchy apparently is done with his problems, or maybe something that was just preventing him to play. Now Whale is picking up his first 5 missiles of the game. And instantly he's going to encounter those that we like to call him the hardest boss in the game. It's the King Worm. Let's see if he can get some doubles right there. He actually missed it. If you get a frame perfect trip called the doubles and he gets it right there, you can get 2 missiles on the same frame for the worm that allows you to skip a cycle, and then he gets really good RNG on these enemies and got both missiles right now, so he's gonna have 4 missiles for Hive Room, which is the most optimum thing you want. Crunchy on his end doesn't try to go for doubles, cannot even blame him for this. Not likely to stay around for the drops that the worm is gonna leave him. He's gonna try his luck on the zoomers, and unfortunately not getting any drops from it. He's gonna struggle a bit, not to mention that he isn't even full health. Yeah, no missiles for it, but he's gonna try it, no missiles, YOLO. While on his side doing a perfect job with this Hive Room, exiting at 241, which is pretty good, honestly. Now the advantage to have that much missiles in this room, you can see it right now, is that it takes forever to destroy a hive with only your regular beam. And missiles are much better for this. And some would seem not only it's easier, but less riskier, especially in 100%. You can die in this room. Whalerynth, fortunately, taking a bit of a tumble right there, falling through a room, but no big deal. Crunchy opting to take a safer approach and do circles around this hive, destroying it, and then he's going to be good. Each hive takes 3 missiles and 2 beams to destroy it. There we go. So now Whale is picking up the bombs that will allow you to get through, well, not only blow up your enemies with them, but you can just drop all these little bombs right there and destroy all the bomb blocks that are on your way. Killing all the bugs. These bugs can be really trolly because some of them can stay in their little, I don't know, their little shelter right above, but good bugs from Whale. Fortunately not missing the zoomer right there and taking some hits. Now what Whale want optimally is to conserve as much health and missiles as possible, because for what's coming next, you want to do something that we call riffle skip. Basically, when you get a little bit later, like 3-4 minutes later, you'll get Hive Beam, and you don't want to riffle at it. So on your way, you're going to try to pick up as much drops as possible to get an optimal missile count for later, for Cocoon. But in a race, like, you're definitely not forced to do that, especially in Whale situation right now. 2 missile and 86 health isn't optimal. If it was at full health, it would have been okay, but 86 health is definitely not enough, especially if he takes a hit right there. He does, unfortunately. So maybe if the next pipe bug gives him a large health drop, it's going to be okay. Picking up the charge beam, important item that doesn't seem that important actually, but honestly, skipping it isn't that worth, because it just helps you so much throughout the entire game. Not only it's more powerful because you can kill the pirates at the end of the game much easily, but you can also do what we call pseudo screws. Basically, when you have a beam charge and you do a spin jump and you fall into an enemy, it's almost like a screw attack, and it can kill your enemies, which is really easy because, well, not easy, but really comfortable to do on enemies that just come out of places like the pipe bugs. You can definitely kill them without stopping with this. Crunchy picking up the charge beam, his turn, and now Whale is going to Norfair. So as you can see, he wants to take as much missiles as possible, and decides to take the time to do just go a bit of backtracking, just losing 1 or 2 seconds to get them. It's okay, honestly. I cannot blame him for this. It seems a bit slow because he has to go back a bit, but it's good. 9 missiles and full health at this point is very good. While Crunchy, this spooky cutscene, remember, this is Spooktober. Even if memes are already dead, we can still have a bit of spookiness. Look at that eye, like, Crunchy, you're getting spied. Be careful. Whale right now is going to pick up the first unknown item of the game. So spoilers, sorry, but that's going to later on become the plasma beam. More missiles on his way. For the moment, because our suit isn't powerful enough, we cannot actually have access to this to these unknown items, and they just allow us to destroy some blocks. While on his way to pick up the useful item, everyone's favorite friend, the power grip. Attempting the JBJ to get onto these bomb jumps. This is finite bomb jumps that allows you to save a couple seconds and not wait for the statue to grow, like to make the platform appears. It was a bit slow, but in the end, he got it just right. Crunchy on his side has already picked out the unknown item. It's like, I would say around 20 to 30 seconds behind for the moment, but it's only the beginning of the race, so we'll see what happens eventually. While exiting Criteria right now, and going back to Norfair. So the reason we actually pick up Power Grip, it's not because it's a really good item that just allows you to grab platforms everywhere, and definitely changes the way you play the game, because you don't have to bomb jumps pretty much everywhere to grab platforms, but also because in Norfair there's a vine that you actually have to destroy with the bugs, like you do usually when you try to get for your suit when you play casually or in 100%. But we don't have these bugs in this specific room that Whale is right now, and the vine only despawns when you pick up Power Grip. So you're forced to get it, even though it's not necessary to finish the game, and it's right there, right in front of the door. 92 health and 22 missiles for Whale is really good. He would prefer to be at full health, but 22 missiles is way more than enough. So he's in really good shape now. As you can see, he's picking up Ice Beam and doesn't even need to refill, while Crunchy on his hand doesn't have a really healthy missile count. He's not even full health on his own, so even taking some falls in the lava. I mean, that lava has to be pretty warm, so it's probably comfortable, especially if you're a person that likes hot areas. Really nice warm from Whale to drop this bomb and get over the statue, even doing the grip jump on the sledge. For the moment, Whale's gameplay seems to be pretty flawless. He's doing really good. I'm impressed by that. He's been doing so much progress lately. That's really cool to watch. Even getting a large health from that Nova, and now is at full health with 25 missiles. He's in really good shape right now. Crunchy, unfortunately, even taking more falls into lava right now, so he's gonna have to heal. Well, now approaching our first boss of the game, the Imago Cocoon, so you already have to make your way through this corridor and destroy all these vines. Pick up as much drops as you want. 27 missiles is more than enough. You need 18. Let's see how it goes. Getting a 3 first shot on the right vines, which is okay. Freezing the Reaper to allow you some extra time. Missing some wall jumps, but okay. Freezing it again. He needs one more missile to finish this side, and it's down. Now he's gonna freeze the Reaper again and finish the right side. It was a bit sloppy, but could have been much worse from Whale. Decided to take it safe and didn't pay that much, but oh well. That's good enough from him. 1035 into Ridley. While Crunchy is making his way into the Ridley shortcut. Yeah, I know, Tallman, that's amazing, right? This thing is gonna be a meme for the rest of the tournament. All the race today was chaotic. Crunchy opting to pick up that extra missile tank to give him more room to work with, while Whale is already in Ridley and making his way through all these terrible rooms, getting 2 frees out of 3 on the alls, which is really lucky actually. It doesn't do anything, but it just shows if you're lucky or not. Now in the side of her room, while Crunchy's trying on the Cocoon, unfortunately missing the Ripper, did not freeze him. And nice triple missile on the vines. This is pretty precise. And he did it just right. Unfortunately having some troubles right now. Well, right now in Pillar Room, fortunately he didn't freeze the first orb, so could not get on him as a platform, but no big deal. Just killing the other and wall jumping onto the pillar. Killing all these Tidebirds to take it safe. And get his first super missile tank. While Crunchy on his side finishing Imago Cocoon. At this point at Enter Ridley, runners are 1 minute and 45 seconds apart, if I'm not mistaken. Which is quite a lot on only 12 minutes into the game. Now the room that Whale is in can be a bit tricky in the sense that if you don't move in the proper way or just having some troubles and are slow in this room, you can see that the patterns with the orbs is kind of disorganized and you can get hit by them. And if you're low on health, which might happen due to the previous encounters with the Sidereaper you could have had, you can die. And it actually happened to one of the previous racers today. Morphing right under that eye door to kill it. And he's gonna pick up his second unknown item. While Crunchy on his side is going to the long Sidereaper room. Really notorious to end runs, honestly. Decide to take it safe and freeze much of them on his way. Unfortunately, as you can see, they're doing 30 damages, 30 point of damage per hit, which is a lot. And they don't have a lot of health. Oh my god. This is not really a scream right now. Well, he had a great Ridley fight. Beautiful fight from Whale. Basically, what you want to do with Ridley is just spam your supers and your missiles into him, no matter you're basically doing damage boosting. He had one extra tank, which was more than, well, not more than enough, but it's some extra comfort to be sure you won't die against him, because you can definitely die on Ridley if you're doing it the right way. Crunchy almost falling in Pillar Room, but he made it onto the other side. He's going to pick up his second super missile tank. Whale was not lucky on his drops on Ridley, and no supers for him, so he's probably going to stop in this room. No, actually, he will farm the alls later and takes a third energy tank for himself. Extra comfort, extra health. And now he's climbing up back to his original point. And he's gonna make his way out of Ridley. But before he needs to pick up 2 super missiles. Oh, okay, that's one lucky drop on the orb. And he's gonna kill one more all right there. I think in a bit of trouble to do so. He shot so many missiles. But he has his 4 supers, and he actually has the exact amount of missiles he needs to get out. Because you'll need to destroy a red door and 2 missile blocks on your way. Here's the red door. Crunchy on his side. I pick up the next row missile tank as far as I can see. He is at 45. I wonder where. I didn't see. Oh yeah, I remember. It was the one right before Cocoon, and he's starting his own relay fight right now. As I said, just spam your supers into him, and then you can body him. Take the hits, you have enough health, and just spam your missiles into him. And that's a quick kill from Crunchy. Well played. Whale right now is gonna pick up one more useful item. Getting this missile tank on the way on, because, well, this is free, there's no reason to skip it, it's literally right near to you, and is gonna pick up the I-jump slash spring ball that basically allows you to not only jump faster, but jump higher, and also to jump in Merv ball. Which saves a bit of time in some places. Crunchy on his way, seems like he was pretty lucky with the Ridley drops. I wasn't paying attention. He has 4 supers, which is good. He won't need to farm like Whale did. Decides to pick up that third not missile tank, excuse me, E-tank rather. Always good in races when you know that runners takes precautions just to not die, basically. And give themselves extra chances. As you can see, he doesn't need to kill the alls, just going through them, no problems. And you can definitely see a difference right now is that Whale had to use a lot of his missiles to get his supers missiles back, and they're now at a 4 missiles difference. So RNG is a bit of a factor in it. And you really want at least 10 missiles when you're exiting Ridley. 10 missiles and your 4 supers, but the 4 supers are the priority. Good movements in this room from Whale. And now, second time in Brinstar, but much easier. The first time is always the hardest. And now he's going down to go to Kraid. So now, from what I've heard, what's called Kraid is the area, what's called Craig is the boss. So let's say we're doing this. He's going down to Kraid to kill Craig and open the second mouth that will allow him to go through Torian. Crunchy on his own, picking up his own I-jump while Whale enters Kraid at an 18-minute times. And here comes one of the run killers of this game, the first real skip of the game, the Acid Worm skip. Basically, when you're doing Kraid as a zone in general, you go to the right side and have to kill the Acid Worm to activate the trip. Oh, the tripwires. Oh yeah, I do remember. Whale is actually going for the HBJ, the horizontal bomb jumps, and he gets it first try, no problems for Whale. That's one of his trademarks. The guy doesn't even try. He doesn't even attempt the regular AWS and directly goes for the HBJ, which is definitely a harder method, but just so swaggy, and he nails it perfectly. Beautiful from Whale. Picking up his last unknown item of the game, that again, you're forced to take them, to destroy these blocks in particular. He only has 1 missile, so now he's missileless. I just say that and one enemy drops him something. So basically in this room, usually you want 10 missiles, or let's say 11, so you can kill all 5 Saturn Hoopers just running into them without losing time. But using Charged Ice Beam just does the work as well. It's a bit slower, but no problems. You don't need missiles for this. And now he's right in front of Kraid. Using a missile to kill the Idor, feels Idor man. Destroying the red door, and now Kraid is gone. Stia, brother, it was nice knowing you. Crunchy on his side is going down to Crate as well and picking up a fourth item, a fourth energy tank rather, on his way. While attempting the riffle glitch, so basically what you can do is that when you pick up an item and you can get through it because the item is not instantly active, and so if you're able to get into the hand of the chosen statue while you're picking up the item, you can riffle and pick up the item at the same time, which saves a bit of time. Unfortunately, cannot get the glitch. It's a precise setup, but no worries. Oh, unfortunately, missing that Shine Spark right now, bonking his head into the ceiling. He went a bit too far. Crunchy on his way for Acid Worm Skip. Let's see if he gets it with the 4 bombs method. Perfect from Crunchy. That's the optimal method that you want to see. Well, going through your room with the perfect Shine Spark up to the ceiling and shooting his super whale. Be careful with the weapons that you're using, my friend. He's already a super missile down for Kraid. Well, not for Kraid, for Turian, sorry. He's already went through Kraid. Crunchy now picking up his zone. Space Jump. Space Jump? What am I saying? It's another item for the moment. You can see item incompatible with the current suit. Don't even think about getting a special item, man. It seems like, well, I don't know. I don't know if he usually plays like this. I know that Whale doesn't play any percent except in races, and he picks up that energy tank as well. More safety. So I actually don't know how he opts to play any percent usually, but 55 missiles and 4 supers. Not bothering to go for Prince or Super for the moment. But he's already down 1 super. Which kind of sucks, but it's all okay. Oh, unfortunately, okay, Crunchy, no problems. He used the super for the door, and he had to because it was missileless. But, oh well, no problem. The door drops him a missile to open the door, and unfortunately, Crunchy missed one of his supers, and now is completely missileless. No munitions to shoot Kraid whatsoever, and he needs still 5 more shots to kill him. So he's gonna farm a bit. Opens his mouth, and now you have to get 5 shots into it, and now this is the dangerous part. He's in his last cycle when he turns yellow, and now the platform that is in the middle right now is gonna get destroyed, and he will have a really hard time to get through Kraid. Now, considering that RNG isn't that helpful for the moment, he needs 4 more shots. That's 1, that's 2, that's 3. 1 more shot, my friend, and you're on it. Whale now getting through Torian, and this is where the fun begins. Good job, Crunchy. You made it. You made it. So now both bosses are dead, so he'll be able to get to Torian as well. Everyone is getting through Torian. Come on, guys, let's go. Whale on his side is getting grabbed by the Metroids and missing his first super, and already lost a lot of health. So his drops aren't going to be that good. The way drops work in this game is that most of the time, not like right now, like it did, when you're at full health, the game will tend to give you missiles and supers, obviously, in this section, but where you're not, it tends to give you energy. But right now, Whale doesn't care. He's getting all the missile drops he needs, despite not being full health. And obviously, in Torian, you want as much super missiles as you can. And he's getting good RNG for the moment. Really good RNG, actually. I think that's already his 3rd super drop, despite the fact that he wasn't at full health for any of them. So really good RNG on his side. Crunchy getting the Shine Spark. Barely getting the Shine Spark, actually. Through rear room. Manages to grab the platform. That's perfect. And even more supers for Whale. His RNG is definitely great for the moment. And he's in the last room. And that's a 4th, well, it has to be like his 6th or 7th super drop. I would have not used a super here. But no problems, he just gets 1 more. Okay, so I think I know why Whale picked up 3 extra missile tanks. He's now at 55. I don't think he's gonna go for Zeb Skip. Why would you take 55 missiles and go for Zeb Skip? That makes no sense at all. And indeed, he's gonna go for a bit of farming, and he's gonna destroy all the Zebatites. You can do a skid that allows you to get through the first Zebatite by a hovering glitch. Well, are you serious? Alright, show it. I think... So you need to freeze the Rinka in a very precise position in the platform, but I think it was high enough. And now you need to drop a bomb and unmorph at the very same frame the bomb explodes to get into a hovering state and get through the Zebatite. And if you manage to do that, the third one won't appear. Honestly, right now I think Whale's just doing it for swag because he has enough missiles to destroy all the Zebatites and to kill Mother Brain. There's literally no reason for him to do that. Crunchy now getting into the elevator for Turion, excuse me. And Whale, unfortunately, you can see he's not used to do this trick. You need to reset the room pretty much every time you miss it. Especially if the bottom Rinka isn't coming up your way. Come on, Whale, let's give it a few more tries. And he gives up. He wanted to showcase it. Unfortunately, he won't be able to. Sorry, guys. Well, you don't need... Okay, he actually needs... Yeah, he needs a bit. My math are definitely wrong. Okay, that's enough. Well, come on. Crunchy on his side, starting the Metroid's third room already for him. Unfortunately, taking some time to the lava. Considering all the energy tanks that they have, and they can't afford to get grabbed or pass some time into the warm liquid. While on his side, facing Mother Brain, as you can see, on the edge of her platform, it's actually the safest spot in the room because you can only get hit by Rinkas if you're morphed. And that was a perfect fight. Crunchy on his side is around all Metroids, and he's dead. Crunchy. And he did not save his save. Oh my god. That's really unfortunate. It stinks. This room is really tricky, especially if you cannot get the first kills instantly, because with all these Metroids around you, every time you bomb yourself to deliver from a Metroid, another one is going to come to grab you right after, and you're basically getting chained. That's really unfortunate. Wasn't able to freeze them in time, and so now he has to restart his entire run. And that hurts. That hurts. But the man is ice cold, and he's determined to finish his run, so he's going in. Sorry, Lucius, no GG. I don't like this joke. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, GG, yeah, okay. Ah, well, honestly, you're not bad. Like, the only thing that you missed really bad in your run is the Zebatite skip. You don't have to worry about anything else. Like, I guess you just wanted to go for it for swag. Like, you knew you didn't need it, and you still did it. That's respectable, man. Like, the entire rest of your run is pretty good, so just keep going. Keep focusing for this useless section. Could I survive long enough to escape? Indeed, could you survive long enough to escape, Whale? Considering your pass with any percent races is going to be hard, right? You think you're going to be able to make it through? I mean, you can still reset if you want. That's going to give Crunchy a bit of hope, like, because our poor friend is right now fighting the hardest boss in the game again, attempting for doubles, and fortunately, timing is not on his side. And he isn't going to get it. Whoa. That's an eye right there. Okay. Well, can you not pull a Scotty? Good job. Good job. You made it. Decides to refill. Definitely a good decision. And Crunchy is going to go for back-to-back zero missiles high room. this guy, the balls on this guy, just 0 missiles high from isn't a problem. He doesn't care. He deals with it every day. Let's go. Well, now starting the Searchlights section. Doing really precise movement to kind of confuse the... I was about to say the Metroids, to confuse the pirates around him and make their alarm going off faster so he can get through the barriers faster enough. So now, tripwire skip... Oh, what? How did that happen? Okay, I think it was pretty much the same phenomenon like in yesterday's race, if I'm not mistaken. With Foxbot featuring this trick, like that was weird. Usually when you tripwire skip, you do a spin jump right after you destroy the platform. And you're wall jumping on the wall below. But I think Whale did a jump extend on something really weird and he managed to grab that instantly. We'll have to see that again. I know it's faster Monkey, but with seeing the guys discussing about it, I saw stories about subpixels and it only works all 4 frames or things like this. I was like, if it only works all 4 frames, or I just read through the lines, didn't take a look at those details because I'm definitely not good at just understanding everything. I was like, it might not be replicable every time. While in this room, you can do something we call fast searchlights. Basically, when you're right in front of the door, you can go on the edge of the platform and crouch under the light and stand up at a very precise timing so that you're still low enough so the light does not spot you, and it saves 2 seconds. But considering the situation, he doesn't need to go for it right now. He decides to play it safe. Unfortunately, it triggers the alarm here, but it's no big deal. If you do, the only time you're losing is because you missed your movements and not because your way will be blocked by barriers or something like this. You can just take the shortcut and go into glass tube. So now his ship section is done. Border patrol, yeah, let's go. And he's in the infamous Chozo runes. Hello, Roger, by the way. This first Roger, yeah. So this first Roger is named Pirate. Yep, that's how I'll sell it. This first Roger is named Pirate, and it's the only one that you can shoot and sees you without triggering their alarm. I guess it just screams to say hello, maybe. Well, fun. I think this person's wall jump is the Fungineer wall jump. I'll have to verify because I'm not sure of it, but if you did, congrats, you're Fungineering. That's very good. Now setting up for Samstrat in this specific room, you can see that when he entered the room, he turned away instantly to froze the pirate and now destroys the blocks at a very precise timing, so this last pirate has his back turned to Samus when she just drops down, and the pirate does not see you, and that saves a bit of time because you won't have to wait for a barrier to open again, because normally, when you're just going through casually, the pirates will still see you and their alarm will still be turned on until this room where you will be behind those rumble jumps and the barrier right there is closed. So you basically have to enter the save room at your left to make it open or just wait in front of it. And by doing this strat, their alarm turns off instantly and you can get through without losing time. And now he's approaching probably the hardest and the most dangerous part. Oh, and unfortunately he's missing it. Usually what you want to do is that you saw that the crawl he did. You want to freeze the pirate that's above the block and get through him at a very precise timing that allows you to get your gun ready again to freeze the last pirate and then again go through this specific last pirate. But it's a real precise timing. Unfortunately, he missed his shot. He shot too early. But no problems. He has a lot of E-tanks, so he can get through pirates. He can afford to take some hits. Don't miss that last wall jump, my friend, because around 4 to 5 pirates are waiting at the bottom of this wall, so you definitely don't want to... Don't think you can pronounce that on stream. You don't want to F with them. Ban Destructor. I can already the mods typing ban Destructor. All right. So now we're waiting to fight Charlie where Crunchy is in. I'm not talking too much about Crunchy because I guess I'll focus more on this run when Whale Run will be finished because sorry about the little interruption. I'm gonna focus more on Crunchy's run, I guess, because we'll have time when Whale will be finished. Well, Kirito, unfortunately, Crunchy died to the Metroids in the halfway through it in the horse room, which is kind of unfortunate, honestly. He got grabbed, chained by all these Metroids. Whale now fighting Charlie. This boss is really RNG based, and he indeed had a very fast first cycle. You can see that the orb that reflects Samus activates and takes this form, and the time it takes to activate so you can shoot it is completely random. You can, by shooting yourself for the second, third, and fourth phase, make it spawn faster. You can see he does it right now for the fourth phase, and oh, that was really quick. Unfortunately, he wasn't fast enough to react in time, and misses his second shot. So now, and the more shots you miss, the faster Charlie is gonna go around the room, but gets his third shot. It's okay. Can he get the Charlie glitch? Yes, he gets it. Usually you're frozen right in front of your armor, but by spinning this way you can free yourself and the cutscene still activates. Yeah, Phantom 2.0. Fortunately, this one is a bit easier than Phantom, I guess, even though I've never run Super Metroid, I can't tell, but I shouldn't say that because next time I'll be on PvP's, Phantom is just gonna destroy it. Phantom? No, Charlie. John, you're confusing me. Stop talking about Phantom. It's not Super Metroid, man. Come on. Please make my life easier. And you got your fully powered suit. There we go. Look at this purple. That's amazing. You got your space jump, you got your gravity suit, you got your plasma beam. You're ready to get through these pirates. Oh. Oh, fourth. He needed 4 shots to kill that pirate? That pirate was literally invincible. Like, that first charge shot got through him, and he needed 4 shots to kill him. That's a really, really powerful pirate. Now that you got your fully powered suit, you're basically trying to find a way to get out of this mess because you're in enemy territory. Like, you're in the rooms of your ancestors, but they are kind of controlled by your own enemies, so you want to get out, but you also know that there's an enemy. How do you know it? Because the game shows it to the player, but Samus doesn't know. Fortunately, you're the player and you control Samus, so let's kill the big, hangry, and mad Mecha Ridley, I guess. Charlie and his red iron Ted, yeah. You love how we all call him Charlie? Well, I have one thing to tell you. Jaggergy. So like every time there's something about the name, who named that shit? Jaggergy. It's the universal answer. Press F. Okay, I'm doing it. Crunchy is now back on the Imago Cocoon. Seems like he's having a much better time now than before. One more shot needed. Unfortunately, you cannot get it. These wall jumps are kind of hard, and with all the balls that the cocoon throws at you, it always blocks your missiles, as you can see. It's really unfortunate. While getting the swag missile, the diagonal shot to the door, the run is saved. Good job. Making your way through the ship is actually a really tricky section because you want to take it slow as a speedrunner when you're, because all these enemies, we didn't talk about the damage that the pirate do, but when you're in the suitless section, you don't have any kind of powers, just your emergency pistols, and doesn't matter if it's the body contact or the lasers, all the powers that touch you, you take 100 damages. So if he did not refill, he would have died instantly. Same if he had no E-tanks at all. And now, because you have your suit back, you only take 50 damages instead of 100. But still, like, it can be dangerous, but the fact that he has a lot of E-tanks makes it much easier. But you want to go fast in these rooms, and you really need a lot of practice, especially, for example, for this room, you have to do specific wall jumps on the right wall right there, and charge beam that pirate on the right side, and then jump instantly through the door while killing this light pirate. Unfortunately, doing this fast is really hard. At the moment, for the moment, Whale is taking it safe, no problems at all, getting through the zigzag, charging all these Metroids, putting them down, reducing them to ashes, and making his way through the ship. Decides to missile this pirate because why not? We have missile, we're rich, let's go for it. Crunchy is finished with the side upper room and going for the wall jump, and no! Crunchy, no, my friend. Oh. He had the wall jump and he fortunately got over the missile tank. That's so sad. Getting over the missile tank while you get the wall jump is just something so sad, because you get the trick right and you still miss it. And well, here's the fight with Whalerynth. So ideally you want him to swipe as fast as possible, right there, and you shoot all 6 of your supers. Whale missed one, but it's okay. If you miss one, you need 5 supers and 3 missiles to kill him, optimally. And now the fight is done. Let's see if he goes for door bomb. I hope he does. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 13. Almost got it. He almost got it. He just dropped the bomb a little bit too early. Just a little tip for you if you don't know it. If you don't know how to do that door bomb, basically you just listen to the beep of Whalerynth's signal, and when it reaches the 13th beep, you drop a bomb right after it. It's precise, but the cue, the OG cue, is the 13th beep. That's at least how I do it. For the escape, no troubles at all. The game gives you 5 minutes in-game time, which is more than enough. You literally escape in less than 2 minutes. It's a bit harder in, for example, let's say 10% hard, because not only you have only 3 minutes in hard mode, but in 10% hard, you have 0 E-tanks, and pirate damages are doubled, so you take a single hit and it's 100 health. Now setting up for a very precise shine break on the other side. Goes for it, no problems at all. And he's gonna set up for the ball spark. Taking a run reach. Oh no, Whale! Come on, you can see he's pissed about it. That's what you call a low spark. Unfortunately, Crunchy on his side, he thought he would pick up the, oh, nice frozen pirate. Nice frozen pirate, Whale. He thought he picked up the item to get through, but did not. And now Whale is missile-less. Unfortunately, he missed the ball spark. And he has to wait for the work bot to slowly make his way to the other side of the tunnel. And is on his way to fight the Black Pirates. Black Pirates aren't that dangerous or hard to kill, it's just that they do twice as less damages. And well, what are you doing, my friend? He's just having fun, but be careful to not die. You're losing your health pretty quickly. Okay, you should have it. Well, please, just if you die, I don't know what I will do. Okay, he has the right setup, and now he can just kill them one after the other, and this is done. Whale is your winner today, and finishes with an official SR time of 44 minutes and 30 seconds. GG. congratulations to Whale. And it seems like that right after that victory, Crunchy has forfeited the race. He doesn't want to finish it anymore. Maybe he was just waiting for Whale to die somewhere, but it seems like it won't happen. And, well, the race is over. Crunchy recognizes defeat. And, yeah, nothing else to say. As we can go through the credits. And that's official. GGs are given in the SRL chat. To be honest, it was an exciting race. Like, we had great showcase and a great display of skill from both players, I would say, but it's just a bit unfortunate that Crunchy wasn't able to make it through the Metroids, and yeah, I cannot blame him for stopping right now. Just, you know that you've already lost and you still have half an hour to play the game, so yeah, just don't go for it. It's totally okay. So now I'm definitely joined by Crunchy at this very moment for post-race interview. Hey, Crunchy.
Hey, Destructor, how you doing?
Fine, thank you.
Good.
I hope it's the same for you. Fortunately, these Metroids were kind of bad to you.
You know, I don't know what happened. Like, the first 2 minutes of this race, I was kind of nervous, and then I was like, wow, I'm going into the Hive Room with 0 missiles. Oh, well.
Yeah,
and then
I mean, you did it back-to-back 0 missiles Hive Room. There's the balls for you. This guy, he knows how to play.
Like, somewhere around that point, something in my brain clicked and said, you know what, just roll with whatever happens.
Just go for it. Like, I'm printing myself to have a war records in low percent. Low percent? I'm doing 5 missile Hive Room. I'm little compared to, like, just watch Crunchy. The guy is the best low percent player. Let's go.
Nah, but the funniest thing for me is that when I got to Turian, I'm like, I already know I'm behind, especially after what happened with Kraid. So should I take
I do remember. It was unfortunate again.
For the first time in like so many attempts, my brain says, maybe you should take a safety save at Turian, and I'm just like, nah, it'll be fine.
Nah, it's so good. And then, unfortunately, that Metroid room halfway, that's the scary thing, when you cannot get your movements in the right order and freeze these Metroids. When all 3 of them are on you, you just get chain grabbed.
I'm a little bit surprised. I'm not surprised what happened. Like, the one that was coming at me from the left, I was crouched shooting to the left to freeze them. It, like, flew above my ice beam, did a loop, and grabbed me. I'm just like, man, this guy's got the juice.
Sometimes, yeah, these guys have the movements. Like, you feel like they just have the flashes. These guys know how to move. Their behavior is kind of strange sometimes, and I think everyone has experienced it when you try to freeze a Metroid and then the guy just goes up, and then you try to shoot diagonally and he's already behind you. You cannot even react in time. And yeah, the fact that you have 2 more Metroids around you just made it almost impossible to escape, considering that you're also in the right corner as well.
Yeah, I guess I unfortunate. Like, it's funny, Turian has actually been generally one of my stronger areas. Like, I practiced that a long time ago, and I got pretty good at it, but, so I guess, you can't, it's not like riding a bicycle. I'm gonna have to practice some Turian again, I guess. But, yeah, but I'm, like I said, some weird thing has happened. Like, I took the tumble in the pillar room the 2nd time. Kraid was Kraid, and, yeah. Humorously, the one thing I was worried about, which was screwing up AWS, wasn't a problem. Everything else was, so it's, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, great job on the AWS as well. Just nailed it first try. I think, well, actually, both of you nailed it first try.
Nice.
Well, notoriously going, like, he went on the first block. I was like, hey, he's gonna go for the AWS. Then he missiles the 2 last blocks. Like, what is he doing? And then he goes for the acid HVJ and gets it first right. Trademark of Whale. Don't go for classic AWS with bombs. Do it with ABJ. Do it with style.
Why do it the easier way when you can do it the way that makes everyone faint?
Yeah,
like, oh gosh,
the swaggest way. And we continue the chain because we are 3-on-3 on ABJ's tries. Not even like getting it in general. We had 3 tries, 3 HBJs given. Perfect.
Ooh.
So that was great to watch, honestly, and he played great. He attempted Zep Skip for like 2 minutes, even though he didn't need it because he had 55 missiles, and after 2 minutes he just gave up.
Yeah, no, that's probably the one thing that I still need to learn. Like, Eagle taught me how to do it, and I know how to do it, but it's surprisingly difficult to do until I feel like when you're learning it, at one point it just kind of, you just kind of like reach some sort of nirvana, and suddenly you can do it more consistently. But it just takes a lot of practice. I haven't gotten to that point yet.
It's a feeling to get. Like, you get the timing in it. It's not directly diagonal bomb jump where you just hold the right direction to go to the left. You have to really see that very precise timing. Only muscle memory can learn you that, let's be honest.
Yeah. So if I had made it to that point, I was just going to go through normally. So. But yeah, it ended up not being an issue. So hey, it works out.
That's, well, fortunate these things happen, but
yeah. I'm actually more upset about the fact that I don't know if you noticed that on 3 separate occasions I just stopped.
Yes, I saw it. Even when you did the climb at the beginning of the race, that was a bit weird.
Yeah, it's my SP again. I thought I'd fixed it. It does the thing where it just turns itself off. So I'm going to have to probably open it up and poke around inside before my next race, because I don't like that. It just makes me sad.
Wait. I'm calling SG. Yo, guys, Crunchy had a technical problem with this SP. Can we just reschedule that real quick?
Nah, it's my own fault. I have 2 SPs, and I probably should have used the other one, so I can only blame myself for that.
Well, you couldn't know it will die, right?
But I mean, besides, my death wasn't as a result of that. I actually have been in races before where that did get me killed. This was not one of them, so I mean, it's all on me. And I'm okay with that. Whale put on a good race. He beat me fair and square. I have no complaints.
He played well, honestly. Like, that was his gameplay in general was pretty flawless. I was really happy to see him the way he played, especially at the very beginning. So that was cool to watch.
Are you having a little bit of trouble getting in here?
He doesn't have the link to the
I got
Discord.
it. I know I can get it to him. Give me a second.
I misclicked and joined the setup lobby. Good job.
Alright, there he is. Well, message.
Sorry, well, I actually didn't see that he asked me to send him the link. There we go. Yep. Well, congratulations on your victory.
Congratulations, Whale. GG.
And we forgot that it's a whale. A whale cannot talk, so why are we even bothering?
I can talk.
Oh!
Okay,
talking whale.
There we go. I can speak whale. I got this. No.
we got this. Unfortunately, we got our translator. It's called Brain.
No.
A whale. So, how are you feeling about your race? Apparently, you have a lot of things to say about it.
Well, I'll start with the fact that I don't think I did as well as I hoped.
You're muted.
What?
Whale, you have to unmute yourself.
Oh, okay. No. Well, I got okay. So,
I can hear you. Like, it was okay.
Really? Oh.
Yeah. You have him muted?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Why do I have him muted? That's weird.
Toxic Crunchy muting whales?
No, I never mute anybody. I have no idea why that happened.
All right, go ahead, Whale.
All right, so there's a lot I have to say. I think I'll start with the fact that I missed a lot of tricks that I would have liked to have gotten. Zeb Skip took me ages. I eventually just gave up and did the regular strat. That really disappointed me.
I mean, it's all right. You tried it. That's totally fair. You tried to go for the swag strat. It didn't work at the end, but
I think a lot of my platforming was pretty poor. I had to do a lot of jumps 3 or 4 times because I was rushing how fast I was doing things. So I needed to slow down my movement and land on the platforms before I jump.
The early game looked okay, to be honest.
It was like
the early game looked
I
great.
was 13 seconds behind entering Norfair, and Ridley was okay. Cocoon was awful.
Yeah, unfortunately, both of you missed a lot on Cocoon.
I was really proud of my AWS. I've given up ever actually learning it.
I can confirm that even I was impressed. Like, you didn't hesitate. You broke the blocks, get into the asset, get it first right. Perfect. Even the chat was going off. Great.
Yeah. I guess the next thing to talk about is tripwire skip. That was probably the fastest tripwire skip you can have, I think.
Absolutely.
It's faster. I didn't even do a jump extend. I just did a spin and land and got the grab. If you press it in like frame 1 or frame 2, you will grab the thing without having to do a jump extend. It's really, really fast.
Even I was like, I didn't even see him doing wall jump. What was that? Like, this is the new strat we talked about, so I guess everyone's gonna start doing it.
It's a little faster than the newer strat we found yesterday.
Oh.
There's a new strat for tripwire skip? I should
yeah, if you do a jump extend, you can grab the ledge pretty consistently.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Then I guess endgame was kind of rough. I got hit a lot. I wanted to do the escape space boost, which is kind of my tradition for any racer. Pretty much any run I do nowadays. But
unfortunately, you thought you were in fusion and did the low spark instead.
Oh.
Well, I was trying to spark left to restore my spark, but I was a bit too high. So.
Yeah, I mean, you were 1 pixel away from the slope. Let's be honest.
It was a few pixels. So I was. I mean, I'm sure you all could tell that I was a little annoyed.
Yes, we saw you even jump a bit into the corner, and then with that frozen pirate right in the air at the end, right before the work bot. Nice.
And then I would say the last thing to talk about is my black pirates. That
I was
totally went as I intended.
What happened?
Totally intentional.
That was intentional. Okay, so
what happened?
You like to scare
I mistimed
people.
a lot of my shots and mispositioned myself is what happened. And it happened twice. So I tried to bait them back and mess around with them a little to kind of prevent myself from taking damage. But I guess I only ended up trying to kill myself there.
Well, it didn't happen, fortunately.
Yeah, as soon as I had to jump off the platform and they were behind me, I was like, if I can kill the red pirate, that'll help. And then I killed the red pirate, and it was pretty easy from there.
Yeah, obviously, because that's only a massive threat remove. The guy does twice as much damage as your black pirate friend, so definitely something to take care of.
I was only slightly less than 3 minutes behind my PB, so I guess that's okay.
I see.
Okay, I guess routing decisions is the last thing. You probably noticed 55 and 4 and 4 E-tanks.
Tell me a bit about it. I mean, 4 E-tanks, it's a race.
4 E-tanks is my normal. I always take 4 E-tanks. As for the extra missile, it's because if you couldn't tell, I co-jacked it a super.
I saw. Yeah, you shot a super at the end of rear room instead of a missile, but you got for the cannon at exit. Really,
I was thinking of ways that I could make up for being down a super earlier in practice while I was derusting, and I was like, because I actually did that same mistake in a run earlier, and I was like, okay, for a backup, I can get this missile, so I don't have to refill again, and so I just got the missile.
That makes sense. That makes sense. So, I mean, fair decisions from your side. So, well played.
But yeah, I always take 4 E-tanks. My PB has 4 E-tanks.
Yeah, I mean, there's no need to not take it safe in these races.
Yeah.
You might then get stuck into a corner with 3 Metroids. Sorry.
And after I heard Crunchy died, I did take a safety save in Suitless.
Yeah.
Understandable. I would have done the same.
But yeah, I think that's pretty much a lot of it. I think I definitely could have played a lot better. But considering how much time I lost, given a lot of the tricks I did, I thought that was okay.
I mean, honestly, from a viewer's perspective, it looked okay. Like, the movements were, like, fluid at some points, a bit sloppy at others, but overall it stayed consistent and, well, good enough. Like, let's be honest, you got the job done, and that's the most important thing.
Yep, I'm glad that I'll be able to see another day, I suppose.
Well, speaking about another day, because it's a double elimination bracket, KrunchyLex isn't out of the tournament yet, drops into the losers bracket round 2, unfortunately, but he is still alive, and he's going to face off against the losers. Let me check real quick. Crunchy are going to face off between losers of Dragon Fangs and Mr. Dino 023. So we'll see a bit later what happens in the tournament.
Yep. Good luck in your next match, Crunchy.
Thank you, and good luck to you as well.
Good luck to you, Whale, because you'll have severe competition.
I have a gut instinct feeling that I'll be going up against Axodo, and he has a 38. So I'm going to be in for quite a treat.
Yeah, the most recent 38 to this day, Axodo. So that will be a challenge for you, but the boy is never that comfortable in races, even if I'm not expecting him to play bad. We never know if he dies. If he dies,
I think I can win, but it's in the circumstance where he doesn't. I think that unless I PB a bit and maybe get down to like a 39 before my match with him, I'm pretty sure like I'm out of it.
Give us your best shot. That's the only thing I can say.
Absolutely, I'll do my best. I think I'll take it probably a little less safe than I did this time. I'll probably only take the 4 E-tanks and not save, and I don't know. If I'm really far behind, I'll absolutely skip the heal.
Can see.
I'll do whatever time-saving strats I can.
Okay.
Because otherwise, I don't think I have a shot at winning the race.
But we never know, indeed. Just play your game, stay cool, and that'll be a great show for sure. All right, so any more words from you guys?
Nope, I think that's it for me.
So that's it. All right. Well,
do we know what's coming up next on this channel?
Yes, on this channel at 7 p.m. EDT, we have Final Fantasy IV Randomizer coming on. Okay, what am I talking about? Okay, it's apparently on the schedule. It says Speed Gaming 3, but we're on Speed Gaming 6 at the very moment, so I don't really understand.
We sure are.
Yep. It appears there's nothing on this channel, so go to Speed Gaming 3 for more Metroid. Paulsmore versus Zigwigwi.
That should be a good one.
Absolutely, and if you guys aren't here for Metroid Zero Mission, actually soon enough it's gonna start the bronze matchup and the grand final of the Super Metroid Championship at Speed Gaming, twitch.tv/speedgaming. You definitely don't want to miss the action. Also, you have some Undertale at 6:30 p.m. EDT. And yeah, the continuation on Speed Gaming 4 of the Metroid Zero Mission, any person tournament with Paulsmore against Zigwigwi. So you don't want to miss that too. A great race. Great races are going to happen soon enough. So yeah, just stay on Speed Gaming. You guys will have some great shows. This is like pretty much the end for us. So thanks for both runners for joining me. GG again to both of you. Congratulations, Whale, on that victory. And Crunchy, good luck for your bracket run.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure we'll even see you again in commentaries soon enough. Whale as well. So.
Yep, I'm going to be commentating a match later tonight.
All right. Well, you guys will have more of Whale's beautiful voice soon enough. All right. Thank you guys for joining me. And it's the end of the show and my time to go out of the channel. Thank you guys all much for watching. See ya.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks for watching.